Hi guys, Finch here, and you join me down at Wishaw Golf Club at the Andy Gorman Putting Academy. It's fantastic to actually be doing these videos. Known Andy for a while now, he's a putting expert based down here in the Midlands, and we're going to do a series of videos on, well, everything to do with putting. But as a little bit of an intro, I thought I'd let the dog off the chain a little bit, so to speak, because I've been speaking to Andy a while. He's very passionate about putting, and a lot of the misconceptions that people will also be having around putting as well. So what I wanted to do is a little bit of an intro, just introduce you to Andy first of all if you're not familiar with his work, and then kind of whet your appetite a little bit for the many videos which are to follow. Part of these kind of putting videos that I know I wanted to get across, I know you wanted to get across, a little bit about what people have been practicing for a long time, and what people have been told for a long time about putting, which kind of might not be really necessarily true. I mean, certainly if we start off with how people put along the lines of eyes over the ball, kind of straight back, straight through. I mean, what are your kind of thoughts on this? Because I mean, you've been coaching putting for years and years and years now. I know he doesn't look it, but for years and years and years now. So it kind of fills in a little bit about what you've discovered and what really kind of gets your go about how putting's coached.
The manufacturers are making putters that are significantly shorter now, so head weights are heavier. But the problem that you've got is the putter, in my eyes, is too short and is causing us to get our eyes over the ball. But actually, that became a part of the teaching. So that was the egg before the chicken.
I mean, the whole kind of concept of getting your eyes over the ball. And why does that kind of bother you so much in respect of overall technique? What are the issues that will cause actually getting your eyes over the ball like that?
The first thing, if we backtrack slightly, why would we do it? And the only reason I've ever been given is because we can see the line better.
Yes, that's the common. That's what people. Yeah, that's the common.
So the misconception to that is actually there isn't a line to see because there's just a ball and a putter and a bit of green grass in front of us. And my biggest challenge then is eyes over the ball changes our physical posture, so we are bent over too far. And that's where it really bothers me, because from this position here, we'll talk at some point about, poor mental perception. This rounded shoulders, this sort of collapsed chest position here is very negative to the body. And so good posture starts here, and our arms hang really well from this good posture. And if we get our eyes over the ball, then to get our eyes over the ball, our hands and arms must be then inside the original line that they want to hang on. So here's the hanging position, you can just see it in screenshot there, and this is where we're actually forced to position ourselves when our eyes are over the ball. So from that position alone then, our body is not in a very comfortable position, both posturally and the hamstrings, the lower back, all that starts to tighten up, especially when you get to our age. He's not quite as old as me, but he'll know at some point. But if we maintain this poor posture, then our practice time goes down, our manipulation rate goes up, and subsequently then we are heading towards compensations in order to make putts, but ultimately it goes past that, and we're then into talking about the yips.
The dreaded yips. Coming here a bit, anyway. Coming to weave out our shoulders.
It's got a little bit scared about the yips.
Slowly backing away. So it's all kind of linked in, and these things are all kind of interconnected. As far as you're concerned, obviously working with tour pros that you've worked with, and kind of amateurs that you've kind of worked with as well. Just as a bit of a guide kind of going into these videos, like I said, we're going to do loads and loads of videos using the SAM, kind of put lab down here, loads of different drills that you guys can use. If there was one thing that you could say, apart from kind of getting this hunched over, apart from not letting these arms hang naturally, what is one of the biggest misconceptions that you think surrounds putting at this moment in time?
I think we're moving away generally as an industry from straight back and straight through. I think we've realised that actually putters are not designed to do it, we're not designed to do it. But there's still a misconception about rocking the shoulders. And for me, the body, the big muscles, we've read it in many books over the years to use the big muscles and rather than the sort of twitch muscles. But the reason why the twitch muscles tend to come in is because the body's not working properly. So if we're very much bent over, then the lack of response from the body means there's an excessive response from the wrists. Now, if we stand with good posture, again, it comes down to posture, and I can't get away from it, unfortunately. But with good posture, standing up nice and tall and allowing the arms to hang, we can then rotate the shoulders around the spine, but it's minimal. It's part of how we move. It moves, that's a full rotation into a full swing, but essentially the putting stroke is the very smallest version of the full swing. And we're seeing great success, not just in the putting studio, but out on the practice tee, working with the stroke to swing system and transferring the putting stroke into what would be a full swing, just because we're in good posture to start. And so, the body's designed to move certain ways, and if we can apply the design brief of moving the way the body was designed, then we don't have to put manipulations in place in order to get the putter back to the ball correctly.
Awesome.
So hopefully that wasn't too confusing.
No.
But if we are learning how to compensate from poor posture, and those compensations ultimately then become manipulations that then become visible, and we end up with putting yips. And I'm not sort of knocking the psychological side of the yips, because they're very real, but actually there's a technical side of them first, unless we're dragging something into golf, which then goes into the psychology, but and then it becomes psychological. If we're continually missing putts, we're just going to beat ourselves up, and if we don't make the manipulations, we'll keep missing. So something's got to give.
Easy as that. Right, so guys, hopefully that's given you a little bit of an intro about kind of the stuff that we're going to be doing kind of going forward. Like I said, there's going to be loads and loads of videos coming up over the next few weeks, kind of based around putting, how you can improve your putting, drills that you can use, psychological approaches, how to approach breaking putts, so much putter fitting. The list is going to be going on and on and on, and hopefully it will give you a good rounded look at what you should be doing within your putting and certain stuff that you might not have considered before. So very much looking forward to it. Andy, thank you so much for kind of giving us all your time as well, and kind of getting us down here to this fantastic studio down here. Guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. It's the only way you're going to get really notified of these videos which are coming out. Go into the description below, follow me on my other social media platforms, and check out Andy on his social media platforms there as well. Thanks for watching. I'm going to be seeing you down here very soon. Very soon.